How do you know if a relationship is truly worth keeping? This isn't just a simple question, it's a storm that shakes the very foundation of love and human connection. At some point in life, each of us has stood at that painful crossroad, torn between staying and walking away. We crave certainty, a clear answer that leaves no doubt. But love, much like life, is never that simple. Jay Shetty and Esther Perel, two of the most powerful voices of wisdom in our time, remind us of a profound truth. Every choice carries loss. Whether we stay or leave, a part of us will grieve. Yet within that grief lies the seed of growth, the seed of clarity, the seed of becoming a stronger, truer version of ourselves. And that's why today, on Shining Mirror-LVB, we're diving deep, not just into the story of love, but into the choices that shape our destiny. Together, we'll explore how to make decisions with courage, with compassion, and with clarity, the very qualities that define true maturity. Every choice comes with loss, and that's perfectly normal. We live in a society that glorifies winning. Success is painted as never making mistakes, never having regrets, never looking back. But Esther Perel, one of the world's leading voices on relationships, brings us back to reality. If you think your decision is 100% perfect, with zero doubt, then you've already stepped into a trap. Here's the truth: every choice carries loss. If you choose to leave, you don't just lose a person, you lose the shared dreams, the laughter, the plans you once built together. But if you choose to stay, you must live with another kind of pain, the haunting mystery of never knowing. What if I had walked away? What doors might life have opened for me? This is life's paradox. There is no choice without loss, no path without sacrifice. But loss does not mean failure. That ache you feel, it's proof that you loved deeply, proof that you lived authentically, proof that you dared to place your heart on the line in the greatest gamble of all, the gamble of life itself. And this truth stretches far beyond romantic love. Every time you choose a career, a city, or a dream, you are simultaneously saying goodbye to countless other versions of yourself. Accepting this reality doesn't make you weaker, it makes you wiser. It teaches you how to live authentically, to live with depth, and to live with gratitude. Change begins within. The mirror principle. Jay Shetty reminds us with piercing clarity. The hardest question in a relationship is not, how'd I change him or her, but what can I do differently? Far too often, we fall into the trap of self-righteousness. We carry habits from our families, beliefs shaped by our past, and then impose them on our partner. Suddenly, small things, like who does the dishes, become battlegrounds. But the truth is, it's never about the dishes. It's about respect. It's about love. It's about gratitude. This is the essence of the mirror principle. Your relationship reflects who you are. When you shift the way you listen, the way you speak, the way you love, the other person shifts too. When you walk into a conversation with calm instead of anger, with openness instead of defense, the entire dynamic transforms. And this is not weakness, it is power. True power does not come from dominating another. It comes from mastering yourself. Because when you can rise above your ego, when you can bring new energy into the space, your relationship becomes a mirror of growth, love, and mutual respect. What we argue about, and what we're really fighting for. Esther Perel once said, the important thing is not what you're fighting about, but what you're fighting for. Think about it. The arguments may seem to be about money, about time, about chores, but beneath the surface, we're not really fighting about dishes or schedules. We're fighting for something sacred. Power. Do I have a voice in this relationship? Trust. Can I rely on you when I'm at my weakest? Value. Do you truly see me and cherish who I am? Without this awareness, couples get trapped in an endless cycle of meaningless fights, battling over the surface while missing the truth beneath. But once you understand the hidden layers, everything changes. Conflict transforms into dialogue. Defensiveness melts into intimacy. Because love, at its core, is not about winning arguments. It is about being seen. It is about being trusted. It is about being valued. The dance of differences, same yet different. Every relationship is a delicate dance between similarity and difference. At first, differences feel exciting. You think, oh, that's how you do it. Interesting, but as time goes on, those same quirks that once charmed you can turn into battlefields. Washing the dishes before or after, spending the evening out with friends or home together, money, save or spend. On the surface, these seem trivial, but beneath them lies a very human fear. If I compromise, will I lose myself? If I stand firm, will I lose you? Here's the truth, in every relationship, there are always two primal fears. One person fears abandonment, the other fears entrapment. One is terrified of losing their partner, the other is terrified of losing themselves. And when we finally see this, something shifts inside us. Compassion takes root. We stop seeing the other person as stubborn. We start seeing them as afraid. We stop treating arguments as battles for power, and start recognizing them as defenses against fear. And when we reach this deeper understanding, love transforms. It's no longer a battlefield where one must win and the other must lose. It becomes a dance, where two people learn to move with both joy and fear, with both freedom and closeness. Courage to choose. So, should you stay or should you walk away? There is no simple answer, but one truth remains: whatever you choose, choose it with courage, with clarity, and with compassion. If you stay, stay with open eyes. Be willing to change, to listen, and to honor both yourself and your partner. If you walk away, leave with grace. Accept the pain of loss, but also embrace the hope of a new beginning, a new chapter waiting ahead. In the end, love is not the absence of arguments or wounds. Love is the courage to learn, to grow, and to love fully, even knowing that risk is part of the journey. Light bulb. Now I ask you, in your own love story, what are you truly fighting for? Power, trust, or value? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story may become the light someone else desperately needs. This is Shining Mirror-LVB. If this video touched your heart, hit like, share it with someone who needs it. And don't forget to subscribe to Shining Mirror-LVB for more wisdom, life lessons, and timeless truths to guide your path.